Hi everyone. So I'm Susan. I'm the UCDC peer advisor, and this is Lara. Hey Lara.
Hi.
So Lara is going to tell us a little bit more about their internship at UCDC program, and we're going to just kind of delve into like the culture and like what DC is like, and learn about that place. So can you tell us more about like where you interned and describe just a typical day at your internship?
For sure. So I actually did UCDC during the summer, which was an interesting experience. Summer 2019. I interned for an immigration nonprofit called the National Immigration Forum, which kind of, as implied, focuses on increasing the number of immigrants in the United States and making sure that everyone has access to resources. So, a typical day would usually start off with me taking the metro from the center to the office, which was super convenient, also kind of a fun adventure. And then we would read up on all the new changes in immigration legislation, new immigration policies, and there was always a lot. And then we would have a staff wide meeting where the whole entire staff would talk about the changes. And it was really cool because the interns got opportunities to interact with different offices like development, policy. So I'm really thankful that I had the opportunity to ask questions and just witness the ins and outs of different departments. We then would usually do some paralegal work because at an immigration nonprofit, we also focused on giving immigrants citizenship. So I did some paralegal work and also assisted in designing English language education programs.
Cool. I'd love to learn more about that. And I'm curious about, it sounds like you've interacted with a lot of people there, a lot of departments there. And I was wondering if you can tell me a little bit about how like that interaction, that sort of socialization is different from your experience here in San Diego. Like what is the difference between the professional culture and community there with what somebody might experience here?
Mm-hmm. So it was a lot more formal than I was expecting, a lot more formal than it is here in San Diego, both in like little ways in terms of like outfits and professional conduct in the workroom. Everyone has a lot of knowledge about like the ins and outs of legislation and just changes in policies. And
Mm-hmm.
everyone's just like constantly very on top of it and knows a lot of things, especially in such a niche area like immigration, where you should be kind of an expert in what you're doing. So that was very interesting and inspiring. I also noticed DC was different in the sense that everyone was constantly going to all of these kind of think tank events or kind of like book talks, and I was just in awe because there was always something to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because especially in San Diego, I like love books, and I've only been to a couple here, but I was just very surprised at the fact that in DC there's one every day. So I met like some New Yorker journalists, and I heard some like really famous people talk, and I was like, wow, there's so many learning opportunities like everywhere all the time.
That's really cool. Okay, one last question to kind of wrap up as well. It sounds like the people there are a little bit more fast paced and like really professionals
Mhm.
from what I'm hearing. Did you feel intimidated, and like do you have any advice for students about like how you can encourage yourself to like put yourself out there?
At first, I was intimidated because everyone in DC kind of, as I mentioned, has a focus in a very particular area. But when I was there over the summer, it's apparently kind of a bit of a joke among DC locals that summer is when all the interns like come in and they call it intern season. Yeah, which was funny. So I was surrounded with all these interns from all these different schools and kind of just like being in that kind of setting with my UCDC cohort and then also these students from different schools and different programs, it kind of helped me find a sense of belonging, just kind of having a community of students who were also in the same boat. And we would talk about like our experiences at work. Sometimes we would like plan our outfits and talk about like how we could be professionals. And everyone there was really excited and really willing to learn. So that just kind of helped me stay grounded.
That's really cool. Okay. Well, we're gonna just stop the interview right here, and then thank you so much for like giving us your time. And
Yeah, of course.
I Yeah, hope all the best to you when you graduate as well.
Thank you, you
Yeah.
too.
All right. I'll see you in a second.